have a young pup. Her name's Teal, and she's gotten to the point in her training where I need to start teaching her hand signals and getting, being able to handle her. So what's a good way to get them started in that?
Absolutely. So what I like to do is there's a thing called the memory line. A lot of trainers use this, and what you're doing is you're teaching that dog to leave your side on the back command, and then you're getting them to a point to go memorize where a retrieve is. But if you're by yourself and you don't have a helper, you don't have nothing, I like to kind of use a little bit of a mode path or a guideline to teach that dog so it doesn't go off a path, and getting them to start running that line to build that memory. So what we're going to do is I sit the dog down. You always use a white bucket and keep that always in the exact same spot, okay? Out wherever your end of your pat's going to be. So sit your dog 20 yards from where that is. Make your dog sit and then walk out there. Set your bucket so your dog can see you doing all that. Now come back up to the dog's side, line them up with that bucket, and send them on their back cast, okay? Now when they get out to that bucket, you're gonna have your dummies all around there, like a gold mine of dummies, okay? So they just can pick one up and then bring it back to you, okay? Now, when that dog gets to that bucket and picks up a dummy, when it's on its way out there, I'm gonna run backwards, like 30.
Before it gets to the bucket.
Yep, 20, 30 yards, not even, but run backwards. As soon as that dog gets a dummy, turns around and starts coming back, plant your feet, have your dog deliver that dummy, and then you're gonna go again, okay? As a dog gets towards that bucket, you're gonna run backward again. Now you started at 20 yards, now you're at 40 yards, okay? That's probably good for one day. Now, what you want to do your next day, or even, an hour or two later, but always give that dog a break. Don't overdo your retrieves. So now when you get to that 40 yard, that's where you end. The next time you go out, maybe up at 30 yards. Not 20 where you first started, but see if that dog learned anything. So start at 30 yards, send your dog down to that pile, and then now try to get to 45, 50 yards. Once you get to like 100 or 200 yards back, and they're looking at the white bucket, they're focused in on it, they're doing really good, maybe do that for a few more days just to really build up that confidence. Then what I want you to do is take that white bucket away, have your dog in the crate so it can't see anything, put your dummies out there, grab your dog now, but now go back to that 20 yards because now there's no white marker, there's no nothing, okay? Start at your 20 yards, send your dog, okay? And if your dog is screwing up, it's confused, move even closer. Like there's times I'm literally from 5 feet away, so they're really seeing those dummies.
So they have to have success so you can move back.
Yes. Yep.
And so obviously if you have to send them, get close enough to where they're 10 feet from the pile, then you're only going to move back maybe 10 feet the first time and then go farther. Okay, I got it.
A lot of people try to push this and rush this.
Right.
With dog training, it's patience and repetition. So always start easy and work your way hard.